Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our SaVeg take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. Hi guys, welcome back to the SaVeg podcast.
Hello.
Today is someone's day after someone's birthday.
God damn, guys.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daniels.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Woo!
Thanks, Rose.
How old are we turning?
25.
Oh, 25,
Yeah,
Daniel.
guys,
I had no idea what happened to the last 8 years.
You only turned 25 once, so I want to really cherish
You
this
do,
moment.
and you've already hit that mark.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to do?
Oh, goddamn. Now we're getting old. We are getting up there.
Daniel's 30. Goddamn. 33 is the new 25.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not know that?
I didn't know that, but it is.
Was I not supposed to out your age?
No, you weren't. I don't want the people to know how old I am. No,
Well,
I'm just kidding. I don't actually
I don't
care.
want people to think that you're 25 and you're hanging out with me, a 33-year-old
That's
or
true.
32-year-old. God damn, guys, I am not 33 yet.
Soon.
Excuse me. I feel like Daniel's birthday is like the marking of,
Everyone getting older?
everyone getting older because Daniel turns. Well, you're not the first one, I think.
No,
but
I
I mean,
don't think
amongst
so.
many of my friends, you might be the first one.
Yeah.
Because I actually went to. I was like a grade lower than my friends.
Oh,
How do
that's
I say?
right.
My parents put me a grade. They pulled me back a grade
Yes,
when I
yeah.
moved here because I didn't speak English and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So all my friends are like a little bit younger
So
than
technically you should have been in my grade.
me. Exactly.
But your parents are like,
Exactly.
like just to help you get adjusted or whatever else.
So all my friends are younger than me.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have a friend that's older than me. Great, by a few months. But also it's like a reminder that like, oh my God, my birthday is just like approaching.
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny because one of our friends in London, so we have like a group chat and stuff. And she's always like, she messaged because it was my birthday and stuff. And she's like, I don't know what it is, but it's something about Daniel's birthday that just hits me really hard.
And I was like, it's because he turns older before everyone else.
Exactly.
And it's a reminder.
Oh, God damn.
Well, how you be feeling? Turning 33. Did we have a good weekend?
We had the most amazing weekend.
Aw.
It was so fun. I really enjoyed it. It was like, I think we made the most of it with the COVID restrictions.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I wanted you to have a good time.
I did. I had an amazing time.
I didn't want you to feel sorry for yourself.
Well, I did a little bit, but
No, goddamn.
But
we had a good day.
Yeah, it was awesome. We started so I guess the real thing kind of started on Friday. Was it Friday?
Yes, Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Rose took me out for a lovely dinner.
Yeah.
And then we obviously, one thing that we've been doing lately, which is good and bad, but like we go out for dinner, we'll eat too much food. And then we can't really go and enjoy a few drinks after because we're so full and blown. This is the second or third time we've done this.
We do this all the time now.
And we're like, okay, when we go out to eat now, we really need to balance how much we're eating.
The thing is, this is one sign of getting old. I really I feel like I've never had this issue. I don't know. Maybe I have had this issue.
I don't think I ever have.
But usually you and I can put down some food.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We can throw down.
Yeah, we can throw down some
Yeah.
food. And usually, yeah, I get full for sure, but I can still drink and do stuff
yeah.
after. But lately, if I overeat, it's game over. Can't do it.
I think, and I do feel like the only time I ever used to get anything remotely like this was if I had a really big meal.
Buffet meal.
Yeah, like a buffet, or if I had a really heavy curry as well, a huge, massive curry.
Daniel,
with
your body should be one with the curry now.
I know, it's so true. It should be. But yeah, I have noticed that lately. And another thing that my parents were telling me as you get older.
Oh God.
One thing is not right now. We still have pretty healthy appetites.
Sure.
But my parents are naturally as you get older, my parents now, they eat much smaller portions.
Right.
Because they're just not as hungry. They're just your body.
Or are they not moving that much as you get older?
Maybe that's.
You don't
part of
move as
it.
much. So then your appetite goes down. It's part of it.
Is it?
Well, if you're an athlete, imagine if you're an older athlete.
That's true.
You probably still need to eat lots of food.
That's
but who
true.
knows? Maybe
Yeah.
they're right. Maybe there is some science behind that as well.
I have no idea, but
don't
all things to look
know.
forward to. I do think though, for someone that's 33, that's just turned 33, by the way. Overall, I'm pretty happy.
Good. I'm glad.
I have good health.
Yes.
I don't have any like ailments.
Except for we can't digest massive amounts of food.
This is
true. But
true.
also that's probably not good for us anyways.
Exactly. And I mean, the amount we eat sometimes is...
It's questionably...
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think the lesson learned now in our older age is that we need to just balance our meals.
God damn,
When we go
Daniel.
out.
What else, Daniel? What else did we do? So we went out for the massive dinner.
Yeah. Then went for some drinks.
Couldn't last very long. Went to bed at 10.
Yeah. Well, we walked around, and obviously like in Calgary, like all the patios are open. But they were like all ram-packed.
Because it was a really nice day.
Yeah, it was like crazy. And so then we went to like Rose's apartment building, and there's like a place like a communal
like
area.
An outdoor area. Yeah.
Had a few drinks there, which was nice. And yeah, we were in bed by like 10.
Yeah.
We were like, this is
But last night, Daniel, you made up for it, didn't you?
I did make up for it last night.
So yesterday was Daniel's actual birthday.
Yeah.
And we went to he took the day off, didn't you? And we went to the mountains. We went to the Rockies.
Nice. Yeah.
We went to a little town called Canmore, which is in the Canadian Rockies, guys. And we just walked around. It was beautiful. I mean, well, we thought it was going to rain yesterday.
Yeah.
But luckily, it didn't rain.
Yeah.
And then we just walked around and then came back, had some beers on a patio. It was nice out, actually. And then what happened?
Then Rose surprised me. I had no idea. And we got back to her place, and there was cake and pizza. And
Daniel was like, because I was like already planning the pizza.
Yeah.
And like the cake, so like my friend makes cakes. So I told her to like get to the apartment and then and then my roommate was there. So like they would like kind of prepare everything.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted like you to walk in, and then we're like, the cakes. I mean, it's not a massive surprise, guys. It was a fucking COVID.
Yeah.
But still.
But
okay.
Still, it was
still,
so
yeah,
nice.
it was still. Anyways, the cake was there. And then because Daniel was like the whole time, like before when we were drinking, he was like, so what should we get for dinner? I was like, we'll figure it out later.
We'll figure it out later. And Rose got my favorite pizza from Panago. Yes. I was so happy. I was like, yes.
We're like, I feel like you would appreciate a Panago.
I definitely did.
It was very lovely. And then Daniel had a little too much.
I had quite a few beverages. I was enjoying myself, as you do.
It was a fun time.
Yeah. And, it's kind of nice, though, because it's been a while. I mean, other than this year, that we've actually been in the same country for each other's birthdays.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Because, like, last year you were not.
No, yeah. Last year I wasn't here.
Yeah.
But what did we do Oh, yeah, we went
out for dinner.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, I remember
so
that.
my birthday was you were here,
Yeah.
but last year I wasn't with you for your birthday.
That's right.
So it was nice. It was nice too.
And then for the last while we've been away.
That's true.
Yeah.
God damn, Daniels.
Damn, be crazy.
Well, next year gonna be crazy.
Oh,
what we gonna do?
I don't know.
We plan it later.
Yeah, we're planning. We're gonna go on some trips. We're gonna do some things.
Things are opening up.
Yeah. So
it's looking up.
It is looking up. I mean, kind of.
A part of me is like, I saw this TikTok, and I don't know if anyone else like shares this sentiment, but this TikTok was like, "Yay, things are opening up," and then this guy's like, "Yeah, hot girl summer, woohoo!" And then he's like, "I feel like I should be more excited." He's like, "Am I supposed to be more excited? Is this normal?" And like, I kind of had this similar sentiment, and I don't know what it is.
Do you think it's part of it's like because we've been in this like very strange situation for like quite some time now?
Yes.
And we're kind of like building up like, whereas before we were out all the time, we didn't think of it. And then you kind of build up a little bit of social anxiety.
Yes. I think partially I've become a little bit of an introvert in a way.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'll be fine once it actually happens. But like, there's something about, I think it's a mixture of like, I feel like things are going to go back to kind of like craziness. Like I'm going to, the cafe's going to reopen. It's going to become just like more and more like busy and stressful. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
I think that's because I remember we were talking about this before, and I was thinking already like with the restrictions, this was before patios were open. I felt like, because of like doing the running and everything else and walking everywhere, I felt like my days were actually pretty busy.
Yeah,
like,
they were so busy.
Yeah. And I was like, how am I going to fit in socializing, going to the gym, doing this, going to the office, doing like all that. And I started to like actually feel a bit stressed. And I was like,
I know.
Oh my God.
And then just the thought of like everything opened up and I know, like social responsibilities, like having to like see people.
God damn. Well,
dating.
Damn.
We gonna date?
Well, I've decided, guys, that
What have you decided?
I'm going to become a nun. Okay.
Daniel, no.
I'm no longer dating.
Daniel, they don't like the homosexuals in the church.
They definitely do not like them homosexuals.
Guys, we have this new way of saying homosexuals.
Yeah. Well, I think like I said it to Rose like a while ago, and it was so funny because the other day Rose was like, "I swear to God, I thought you got this from Schitt's Creek, Moira," because it does sound like something she would say.
Seriously, I genuinely thought you were, because every time he said homosexual,
Sexual.
He would just say it like that. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it must have been something Maura said.
Yeah.
But apparently it wasn't.
I don't
That's
think
so
she
funny.
did. Like, maybe.
Well, you're going to find out. You're rewatching it.
Yeah, that's true. Guys,
Anyway.
I'm rewatching Schitt's Creek. I fucking love that show.
Oh my God, guy. I feel
yeah.
like we haven't done this in a while. I don't know why. This week was just a whole
Oh God, I think
crazy week. It's been a crazy week.
and this is just showing you. This is like a little like it was a
I
special
know.
event because it's my birthday, but like
Right.
this is gonna be our weekends now. They're gonna
Oh
get
my God,
busy
I know.
again.
And like today I was so stressed because I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I have so much to do.
Yeah,
I was getting anxious about all the shit I had to do.
I also was.
Exactly. So
then I was
we're
like-
going to have to learn
Yeah.
to balance our lives, Daniel.
I think we're just gonna have to. One thing I think we're gonna have to get better at is balancing and time management again.
Yeah.
Because we do have to kind of like slot things in where they can fit.
And also like slot things in where they can fit. Interesting choice of words.
Yeah.
And also like socializing, seeing people that maybe you haven't seen for like a year. I don't know. Fuck. Who knows?
I mean, I'm excited about it. Obviously, there's so many people that I've kind of wanted to reconnect with, and
really, I'm more like, okay, well, I've decided that I'm just gonna stick with my inner circle and just meet new people.
True. I mean, there's that, but I also like there's something to be said. Like, for example, I moved out. I moved into this place, and like
it's exciting for you.
Yeah, I haven't had like an official housewarming. I haven't really, other than you. I haven't had people
we should have
over.
a housewarming for you.
Yeah, I want to.
Well, when things actually open up.
Yeah. Once things are like more like restrictions have been lifted and stuff, then
I'm gonna have a party.
God damn, yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Anyways, okay, should we get to the stories?
We should.
That was a fun little catch up.
That was, guys. We have a lot of stories for you, and actually, I thought we'd start with the ones that are kind of related to the situation that's going on right now.
The COVID, our favorite topic.
Exactly.
Have we talked about anything else on this podcast?
I mean, it's been on everyone's mind, right?
It's been on everyone's
it's
mind, and we want to keep it on everyone's mind.
I was gonna say it's not the elephant in the room because everyone's talking about it. So it's the opposite of whatever.
Well, some places are probably like not talking about it as much anymore.
That's true. As time goes on.
So this is a celebrity COVID story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, guys. Okay, so the story is about basically the COVID vaccines, and I guess UNICEF has asked the G7 countries, which I like more like I think the Western countries, aren't they? Like,
it's like the powerful countries,
Yeah,
I
the
guess.
powerful-
I don't really know exactly.
Yeah, there's like the
Anyway.
G7, G8, whatever, to donate now or risk wasting their jobs. So they're saying that a lot of these like westernized countries have like surpluses,
Right.
that they can't afford to to.
And why are they not giving them? Because of capitalism, our favorite enemy.
Oh goddamn! I don't know. It says here millions of COVID vaccines could be wasted if rich countries send large amounts of leftover doses to poor nations.
Okay, wait. No, this is bad wording.
I
I think
know.
they were supposed to say millions of COVID vaccines could be wasted if rich countries don't send large amounts of leftover doses to poor nations in one. What? Wait.
I think that what they're meaning is they're saying if they send it all in one go, some of it could like get.
Could be wasted.
Yeah.
But if they send it in a steady supply throughout the year, because poor countries. I don't like the wording of this fucking
this is
BBC
really-
article. Who
I know.
says poor country? Anyway, I guess
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that normal? Anyways, because poor countries do not have resources to use them all at once. So basically what they're saying is instead of doing a one lump sum send off, they need to send them like
Staggered.
slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
I think that probably has to do with the way that these vaccines are being stored and stuff as well. And like, like some
Yeah.
the Pfizer
They
has to get like
yeah.
minus 80 or something
Exactly,
ridiculous.
exactly.
So it's not like it's easy and they can just store the vials anywhere. Like they have
Yeah.
an expiry. So I guess a lot of celebrities got involved and they've like not petitioned, but they signed a letter to the G7 group of countries, including the UK. So the UK is one of them, asking them to donate 20% of their vaccines by August.
Okay.
So I guess, and the thing is I think I was reading somewhere that if they did do that, like they can still meet their vaccine rollout that they're planning to do.
Okay.
While still donating the 20%.
What's the problem?
I don't know what the problem is, because I mean ultimately, and we talked about this in another episode as well with the whole Bill Gates scandal and whatever else. But like ultimately, like the pandemic will not be over
unless it's all over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we've already seen this happen like how many different times of all these different strains.
Yeah.
So like we know and we've seen it. This is a perfect example. Is that if the virus goes unchecked in areas, it's going to mutate.
Exactly.
Like it just happens, right?
Exactly.
I did also hear, and I don't know if you heard about this. You know how they were like naming the strains after like countries and stuff?
Oh, like the India variant, and they changed that, right?
Yeah. So they're not going to do that anymore. I think they're going to try to like use more
because it's like it increases like bigotry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because people, as we know, people are stupid.
Really, Daniel?
No, but it really,
It really is dumb.
yeah, it boggles my mind. Because like even at the start of this whole pandemic,
they call it the Kung flu.
Yeah, the Kung flu.
So fucking stupid.
Chinese virus or whatever. And like literally Asian hate crime like skyrocketed.
I know.
This is how stupid people are.
I know.
Like honestly,
it shouldn't trigger like if you call it something Chinese virus or China virus, even if you did, it shouldn't trigger some kind of
racism.
It's but like, it's so stupid.
It's honestly like the most ridiculous thing.
I know.
And then I guess there's been milder cases, but it's also been happening with the variants.
Okay.
So like some of the variants have like seen like increases of hate crimes of like certain nationalities.
Of course.
From those
as you would see. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's
because
just,
humanity.
Oh.
I know. So now we're calling it something else then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what I heard.
That's cool.
So
I mean that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Is it hard to remember though? This is the problem.
That's true.
Anyway,
because even the COVID, its actual like scientific name is something different.
Right?
It's like H1N1 or something like this.
But I think isn't that like the overall like flu?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. There's like a term.
Yeah, there is. There's definitely a term.
Anyway, so I mean, we'll see what happens with these vaccines.
I mean, it just makes sense. Like, it's just what they need to start doing. Like, especially if there's enough vaccines in certain countries that they can meet up with their constant, rollout.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the issues that we had in Canada is we had like a rollout plan. And basically what happened was we weren't getting supply, right?
Right.
Like our supply was stopped, which obviously you can't roll out if you don't have supply.
Sure.
But there was a graph that I saw somewhere as well that was saying about like, as of, I think it was like June 7th or June 8th, it was showing the number overall of like percentages of people that have been vaccinated in each kind of like geographic area.
In Canada?
No.
Oh,
so
all over the world.
All over the world. They did like lumps.
Ooh.
So they did like Europe. Europe was like, I want to say like 48% or something.
Ooh.
And then North America was like 52 or in the maybe
damn.
in the 60s. Then we went over to Asia.
It's like nothing.
27%.
God damn.
Then the worst though was when you go over to Africa, and I think it was like 3%.
Right.
Like,
and there'd be a lot of people in Africa.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So
it's bad.
That's part of the reason I think what's prompted this as well. They're saying like, look, like this vaccine distribution is again just it highlights like economic and 100% as well. Yeah. So
and they also don't have like if they got COVID, I imagine that so many of these places they also don't have all the resources to take care of the
Well,
so it's like a double whammy.
Yeah,
right?
because like a lot of these countries, like I don't know about all the countries, but like not every single country has like what we have with healthcare.
Of course,
right?
they don't because of so many reasons.
Exactly.
But,
yeah. Like the one nice thing about being in Canada is like, and in the UK actually, when I was there, it's like if I never worried, like it was never a thought in my mind, like what happens if I get sick?
Right.
You know, because I just know that I have that safety net.
That'd be a privilege,
Well, it is a privilege. Huge. And
exactly.
Imagine some of these countries, like you said, that like, if you get COVID or something.
Like they don't have enough doctors. I don't know. Like they don't have enough medical supplies. Like you don't know, right?
Exactly.
So.
Yes, it'd be crazy. I hope that this, petition or whatever, this letter to the G7 does ignite some change. That would be really
good on the celebrities for doing the right thing.
That's what I like to see when celebrities put their
talking about good things. So we got Billie Eilish on the good list.
David Beckham
on the good list. Anyways, okay, so next.
In line with this story, though, okay? So
Danny, why you be making me feel depressed?
Guys, first of all, I want to caveat this story because actually the title of it sounds worse than what it actually, from my understanding of it. So,
read me the title.
Basically, China reports the world's first human case of another variant of H10N3 bird flu.
God damn.
So apparently this gentleman that was working at like a poultry factory or something ended up getting sick and he had
he got sick.
Yeah, he got sick.
Okay.
So he ended up going to here we go. The infection was detected in a 41-year-old man on May 28th, 1 month after he was admitted to hospital. So he went to hospital and he was having fevers and other weird symptoms and stuff. The patient was stable and ready to be discharged from hospital like this week. And they said that there's no evidence that anyone that came into contact with him got this bird flu. Like it seems like it's just an isolated case. He got it from, the factory or whatever that he was working with
the birds. Yeah. He got it from the birds.
With the birds.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It came from
and then?
And so in some ways it's like, okay, how do I say
this? But
he
could have spread it.
No, but they said that like they tested like they were checked with some of the people that he'd been in contact with after he got
And they
it,
didn't get it.
and no one else had the symptoms or anything. So
Interesting.
it didn't pass from human to human.
Right.
But this goes back to what I said from day one about this whole pandemic. And like we have seen where these pandemics are coming from.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and like, I don't know if you've heard any otherwise, but like, have we as a global like society made preventative measures around like done anything to combat what's happening at the source?
No. But where is this? Is it in a market?
No.
It's in a lab, or it's where?
Hang on.
Because go up to the very top.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, let's see. Please cut that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this whole part.
Okay, yeah, we don't know where this was.
No, he actually got it from
a market.
No, I think he works in a
poultry
factory or something. Yeah.
Go down again. Oh, often in places where people work closely with poultry.
Yeah. And I think this guy
would have been in like
a poultry, like I don't know, a chicken farm or whatever.
Right.
Or mass production factory or whatever it may be. And this is where I'm like,
I know. It's so frustrating.
It like really irks me because it's like, if you knew that something was going to cause you a problem.
Yeah.
Like pretty much guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wouldn't you stop doing it?
Yeah, but we're talking about human beings here.
No, I know. I feel like,
and we're talking about industries that are so powerful and have so much money, and everyone participates in it, other than like literally 1% of the population, which is the vegans.
Yeah.
So nobody wants to stop it. The industries don't want to stop it because they're making money out of it.
Yeah.
People don't want to stop it because they're eating it. So no one's gonna stop it.
It's just really challenging, guys. It's frustrating,
it's so frustrating
in some regards, just because we have seen this time and time again.
And we're going to see it again, for sure.
This is the thing. It was predicted. And the issue that they always say about these viruses, and again, we're no experts here, right? But like, basically they're saying all of these viruses, like, you know, the COVID, all of this stuff, they're like transmitted from animals to humans.
Right.
So the more, of course, even if we didn't have like factory farming and even if we didn't eat meat, but we still are encroaching on like wildlife land and stuff, like there is going to be some crossover and we could still potentially get viruses. But what we're doing by doing factory farming and increasing the chances of viruses to jump from animals to humans, like we're literally like a ticking time bomb.
I know.
For the next pandemic. Like we're literally going to come out, like my fear is like we're going to come out of this pandemic. And like, guys, I don't want to be too negative because like, I'm so optimistic and excited about coming out of this. But then at the same time, I'm like, I feel like we're going to come out of this. And then like already they're catching new, like this is an isolated incident.
Right.
But I mean, how many more of these are going to happen until there's another explosion?
Yeah.
And then what are we going to do? Lock down the world again?
I guess so.
Like, is this going to be the future of our lives? Like, is this...
I don't know.
As everyone had said it, the new norm.
Well, it's happening more and more often, they've said.
Yeah.
So the pandemics are happening more and more often.
More like frequently.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
So we don't know.
I know.
I mean, I hope that it doesn't, but like, I wouldn't put anything past this dumbass species of humans.
God. It's just like, it doesn't...
I know.
It irks me. Because again, like... there's such a link, like it's irrefutable evidence of like the link of these viruses and factory farming and,
of course,
you know, being in close contact with
like animals, wild animals, all that stuff, getting into their habitats, like that kind of stuff also comes with this. And I mean, we're also talking about a species that is in denial that climate change is real, even though we have all the signs like to say that it is, and no one's doing anything about that. So how do we expect anybody to do something about this?
Yeah. So it's just crazy. It's like the evidence and everything is right there in front of us, and it's like we're about to hit the iceberg and nobody's fucking doing anything. Exactly. We're like heading there and everyone's like,
I know.
Oh well, maybe it will dissolve and we'll just go.
We're speeding up.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like
I know.
It's so frustrating. Like
I know. So how many years do you think we have on this earth?
I don't know. It was funny because we were talking about this.
We
the
were
other day
talking
too.
about
Yeah.
this the other day.
About like the increase of natural disasters, and I know that they were like,
Yeah.
I just saw an article or I saw it on the news or something. They were talking about like, I guess it's like hurricane season,
Right.
and they were saying that already for the start of hurricane season, there's like so many storms brewing,
Right.
more than normal. Like, well, not that there's a normal, it's been increasing.
Yeah.
Like, there's just so many like signs that point to this kind of like sea levels are rising every single
God.
year.
That's like seriously terrifying.
Yeah, and you have some places like I actually just watched this. It was really sad. This video on YouTube actually, and it was talking about like obviously you have the sea levels rising.
Yeah.
But also in some parts like in I think it's Jakarta in Indonesia.
Yeah.
That city is actually sinking.
What?
Yeah, because of the way it's been designed, and get this, part of the problem there's a full detailed video on YouTube about this, and part of the problem I guess is the way that they don't have piped water to the whole basically to everyone in Jakarta.
Okay.
So a lot of them are having to they have these like drills of pumps that go down, and apparently it's creating some like weird.
Like, is it flooding in places?
Yeah, so like parts of it are like actually.
Isn't
flooded.
Venice also sinking?
Yeah, Venice is sinking.
Venice is crazy. Like
Yeah.
I remember going there in 2010, and I'm pretty sure like this like the square it goes underwater for a bit like during some time. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what happened, but like parts of the city like go underwater, and then it kind of like goes back, but like it's basically gonna sink.
Yeah,
That's so depressing.
I know. I saw another again, not saying that this is fact and stuff, but this is like predictions and stuff. But I saw another video on YouTube like a while ago, and it talked about the rising sea levels.
Yeah.
And I think it was showing like different countries and like what would happen once the sea levels hit certain levels, which you could find out quite easily, right? Like like certain cities will say, oh, we're X number of feet above sea level,
Sure.
right? And it was showing like how much of the world would be flooded.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And if you guys think about this, is like pretty much all of the really big major cities are like on the ocean, because it used to be like ports were the way to go, right?
So they have to be.
Yeah. And like imagine like New York, San Francisco, like so many.
Goddamn Daniels.
Rio, Barcelona.
Like literally every big city, pretty much.
Like huge. Like we're talking.
We fucked.
Yeah. And then what's gonna happen? Where are all those people gonna go?
I don't know, Daniel.
Oh god damn! I guess
they gonna die.
I guess we're gonna close our eyes and deal with that problem when it hits us in the fucking face.
I mean, hopefully we're gone by then.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh god, I know it does say, because did they say I can't remember? It was like a centimeter. It's rising every year or something. The ocean.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
But it's definitely rising at very dangerous speeds.
Well, and also it's like a, how you said like we're speeding up towards the iceberg. As
we're about to hit the iceberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like everything that's happening, it's like accelerating itself. So like with
exactly
the world getting hotter, it's causing the ice caps to melt.
Yes.
And the faster the ice caps melt, because they help regulate the world's temperature.
Yes.
So if those are melting faster, then it's like a vicious cycle.
It gets warmer.
Yeah.
And then it
more of it melts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
I know.
oh God, guys. Oh.
Anyway, do we have a happier story?
We do. Let's see.
Are you sure?
Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay. So we talked about
or like a lighter story, perhaps. We talked about that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one. Oh, that one's a bit interesting.
Should we talk about this one next?
Yeah, I mean, it's not lighter. It's still depressing as fuck, but we'll talk about it. So I just saw this somewhere, and I didn't read into it too much, but ProPublica releases years of data showing just how little the top 25 richest Americans have paid in taxes.
Shocker. It's so funny because everyone's always like, the whole argument is like the people that are mega wealthy. It's like, well, they're paying for a lot. They're paying an extra, their proportionate share of.
Is there anyone saying that though?
I feel like there definitely is.
Okay, they're literally delusional.
I know.
Like, I feel like even people that are for really rich people, they like would not say that they're paying their fair share of taxes.
Yeah. So they give some pretty juicy examples in this report.
So Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, paid $68,000 in federal income taxes for 2015. In 2017, he paid $65,000. In 2018, he paid nothing. How much did he? Okay, wait. Oh, his total taxes paid amounted to only 3.27% of his personal wealth between 2014 and 2018. Even though his wealth during that time grew by nearly $14 billion.
Yep.
Guys, he paid 3% in personal income tax.
It's just crazy. Is it
because they don't pay themselves? Like, there's loopholes. Like, this is all like legal shit that they can do.
So there's like so many, I don't know, obviously like you need an advanced financial planner and all that kind of shit that they have. But like, yeah, I think a big part of it, and you notice like a lot of like CEOs and stuff, they're not paid very high salaries. Well, they are. I mean, they are paid high salaries, but their total compensation is like a lot of different things.
Right. And
I think that's part of it. And then I was reading somewhere, I think it was in this article, it was like talking about like how they're avoiding paying the taxes.
Right. Here it is.
Oh, yeah. Instead, the billionaires retain their wealth by holding shares of the company. Two economists estimated that the U.S. billionaires are sitting on 2.7 trillion of unrealized gains of like shares and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But is it the people to blame, or is it the system?
I think part of it's the system.
I think it's mostly the system.
Yeah, because I mean,
like imagine yourself in that situation. You were like, you knew that like, you know, if you don't pay yourself whatever in a wage, then you don't pay taxes. What would you do?
Exactly. It's kind of like creative. They call it like creative accounting, I guess. Yeah. But you're right. Like, I mean, if the loopholes weren't there, we wouldn't even be discussing this.
Exactly.
So it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, you can get mad a little bit about these people doing this, but like they're taking advantage of rules that are in place.
Exactly. So, but at the same time, then they are powerful, and then they buy the politicians. This is the issue. And then it's just like a constant cycle.
Like a vicious cycle.
Yeah. So they buy the politicians so that the rules don't change, and then everything works in their favor. So basically, at the end of the day, yes, we can blame these people.
So here's an interesting. Where's the stat? Hang on. Where did it say? It was a really, really interesting stat that I was. Hang on. Let me find it. Give me 2 seconds.
Take your time.
Give me 2 seconds.
I know you'll be having a hard time today.
God damn, yes, guys. I'm not. Oh, here we go. Okay, so by the end of 2018, the top 25 richest were worth 1.1 trillion. Notably, it takes the wages of 14.3 million ordinary American workers to equal that same amount. Yet the top 25 only paid a total of 1.9 billion in federal taxes that year, while the ordinary workers that would have earned the same amount of money as them paid 143 billion.
Oh my God, that is so bad.
Yeah.
Like, that is just... like, that's criminal.
Yeah.
Like, that's criminal.
But again,
we're talking about like ordinary people making, you know, ends meet, fucking whatever. And they're paying 143 billion
versus the 1.9 billion.
So basically they're like, the top 25 are paying less than 1% compared to the other people. Right?
Yeah, pretty much close to that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's just, it's insane. But again, if the loopholes weren't around, that wouldn't be happening. So part of it is like, you know, governments need to crack down. But again, if they're lobbied
by... there shouldn't be like, well, goddamn. There shouldn't be, you know, ways to buy out politicians, first of all.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be like people, you know, bribing politicians and like, you know, making donations. Okay. Like stuff like that. Right. Yeah. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
So then of course they're going to have rules in their favor. So it's just a constant cycle, which I don't know who's going to break it, because everyone that's powerful is in on it.
Yeah. Maybe it's going to be like the French Revolution though. Do you remember like
right. People are brainwashed. That's a problem, though.
Yeah, true. They're thinking, you know what? You only have to work a little bit harder, and you too can be a billionaire.
Exactly. And people buy into that.
I know.
Okay? They're drinking the Kool-Aid.
They are drinking the Kool-Aid.
They're drinking it up.
I know.
Think about how many people voted for Donald Trump.
I know. And apparently, I saw another thing about Donald Trump, and there's like talk that he's going to, like, I don't know if he can legally go run again, but there's like talk.
He's going to run again, he said. Oh he's going to be like 100 years old.
Oh, God.
I don't think he's gonna, you know, and the man is not, he doesn't look the healthiest. Anyway, he's saying he's gonna run again. Yeah. I mean, is there no maximum age in politics? The dude's about to die.
Oh,
like,
God.
I'm sorry.
Okay, how old is he? Like 70s?
He's like almost 80.
Yeah.
Like, he's old.
Joe Biden's also very old.
Joe Biden, I'm sorry, like, every time I see him, I feel like he just gets older and older.
I know.
And like, I just feel like he's not going to last his 4 years. But I mean, like, hopefully he does, but like, who knows? Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So yeah, there isn't going to be a French Revolution because people are insane and they are drinking the fucking Kool-Aid and they're believing all the shit. They're voting in politicians that are literally doing shit like that are not in favor of them. Right?
Yeah.
So they're just I don't understand.
Yeah, it's just like...
I do want to know more about the French Revolution, though, and like how it actually happened.
Yeah.
It's because people were like starving. They were desperate.
Yeah, basically, from what I remember in my school days, my young...
I don't remember anything.
But this be years ago, Rose, for you. You know, good 20 years ago for us,
God
right?
Damn. I'd be learning English.
Yeah. That's true. You'd be learning English and the French Revolution.
Actually, I may have learned about the French Revolution when I was in French immersion, which means I don't remember shit. Because we were learning it in French. We learned about the French Revolution in French.
Can you please tell me a little bit about it
en
in
français.
French? En français.
La Révolution française.
Gosh, such a lovely language.
Okay, I just literally fucked that up.
I know.
À Paris. What else?
Our French listeners are going to be like, oh God.
Oh, je suis désolé.
Okay.
Je veux parler français.
Beautiful, Rose.
Oui, merci. Now I can't stop.
Do you have the Québécois accent?
No. Je ne peux pas arrêter. Je n'ai pas Québécois. Québécois.
Comment ça va?
I remember when I went to, so I did this program in Quebec.
Yeah.
So the province is Quebec, guys, for those of you that are not in Canada. Mm-hmm. So we have a province called Quebec, which is where people speak French.
Yeah.
And Quebec people have a very interesting accent.
Strong accent.
Strong, and it sounds very, do it again.
Comment ça va? Ça va bien.
They have a very specific accent.
Yeah.
And French people like to make fun of the Quebec accent.
Yeah, they think
yeah. It's, I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying to think of an equivalent. Maybe it's like the Southern accent or something. I have no idea, but
it's like, yeah, it definitely has like a distinction.
But there's like a definite like stigma, which, you know, like is kind of stupid. But anyway, so I was going to Quebec to a little town called Chicoutimi. Anyone know? Anyways, so
anyone listening from Chicoutimi?
Chicoutimi. So I was going to Chicoutimi, which is like a very like francophone heavy place.
Yeah.
And I was going there for this program to learn, which Daniel actually told me about. It's called My Explorer. And then you like go into some random like university, take like a 5-week French immersion program.
Yeah. So
I was going, and then I was telling one of my friends that's like originally from France, maybe. And he was like, "You're going to Quebec to learn French?" He's like, "Why would you go to Quebec to learn French?" Yeah. And and then I think he said like, that's like going to North Korea to learn Korean. I was like, okay, come on. North Koreans speak great Korean. Anyways, I don't know why we got on this topic.
Well, we're talking about the French Revolution.
Oh, oui. Yeah. And then I started doing the whole je suis. Anyways,
started speaking in the French accent.
I mean, to be fair, I probably do have, maybe if I try to speak French, which I've lost so much of it, which is kind of sad. I should relearn it.
This is what's so sad about languages, though.
French is a very difficult language. Okay, like I don't know why French is hard. Okay. I'd rather learn like Italian or something.
Yeah, and the thing that like I love, like when I went to Paris and stuff, it's
such a beautiful language.
Oh, you just hear people speak, and it's like you just
it's
sound
so elegant,
so amazing. Like,
I know.
Or anytime I'd go on a tour, and there'd always be like a French couple or something speaking to each other, and you're just like,
I know,
like
such a beautiful language.
It's so beautiful.
I know,
it's so nice.
You should learn, Daniel. Should we learn together?
I know. Well, I need to like if I learn. One thing I wanted to do this year, but I still haven't got around to doing it, so I need to, is to start like picking back up on my Spanish.
And what's the plan? Maybe this should be our goal.
Yeah.
You pick up your Spanish. I'm going to relearn French. And then we'll see how we do. But I feel like I need to actually like do lessons or something because I'm never going to like do it on my own.
Exactly. I think that's the challenge. I mean, the hard part is like I have some friends in Calgary that speak Spanish, but like,
then they're like, I don't want to talk to you in Spanish.
Well, no, they would, but I feel like embarrassed because I like can't speak it enough. Like I couldn't have this kind of conversation with them, you know? But I need to get over that. That's one thing that was nice about living in Spain, though, is like
you get immersed.
I was immersed, and like some people didn't speak English, so I had no choice.
Exactly.
And they didn't care. They were like helping me, and like it was an experience. But back to the French Revolution. Partly what I remember why it all happened is you had like the bourgeoisie, the rich kind of like aristocrats, that kind of stuff, that had like these elaborate parties, and
and they were incredibly rich.
Yeah, like super super rich. And of course, whenever you have super super rich, I feel like it goes without saying you're gonna have super super poor, because that's how they got rich. They exploitation.
Exactly.
And basically those super super poor, it got really bad in France, where people, like, this is what I remember from the history books, is like people were like starving, and it was just a bad situation. So then they kind of tried to overthrow the aristocrats, which the world, I don't think up to that point had seen anything like it, right? Because everywhere the aristocrats, like, those people held the power, right? So,
of course.
And they kind of still do now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you look
it worked. The French Revolution worked. No? Did not work?
Not sure.
I need to rewatch Les Miserables.
Yeah. Is that part of the? It's all about the French Revolution, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of about the French Revolution.
Yeah.
So yeah, very interesting. I don't think we'll have a revolution though.
No, probably not.
Unless it's in the capital because Donald Trump said it's a election. God. That's the revolution. Oh, God. How sad.
We'll have those little Trumpers marching on White House.
Okay, so
this is kind of a funny story, guys. This is a short one. So.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a video that's gone viral on TikTok.
Lovely.
Yeah. So apparently,
gotta love TikTok.
Yeah. Here's the story. I'm not sure where in the States it was, but they were celebrating like Memorial Day weekend. So it's a big weekend in the U.S. I don't really know.
Don't know anything about Memorial Day, neither, but it's a big weekend.
It's a huge thing. Everyone has like, you always see about these Memorial Day parties though. Like they're huge.
Is it like some sort of, it's not like, no. 4th of July would be like the Canada Day.
Yeah, so we have Canada Day, have 4th of July. Memorial Day, I'm not exactly sure.
I don't know, who knows.
But anyway, it's a big celebration.
Yes.
And
if people want to tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you guys from the US, so let us know.
Exactly. Give us a little debrief about what Memorial Day is, what it means to you.
And what happened in the French Revolution.
Yeah. Because clearly we need to educate ourselves. And I just need to revisit those history books from 20, 25 years ago.
I know we're never going to do that, so that's why we're relying on your comments.
That's true. So this is kind of a funny story. So this video went viral. What had happened was, I guess people are celebrating Memorial Day weekend. They were on this like lake. A lot of people were boating. I think this is like a pretty common thing that people do.
Okay, sure.
So I guess there was like a group of like an LGBTQR whatever it is.
LGBTQ plus.
Yeah, LGBTQ plus group, and they had some pride flags on their boat.
Because it's Pride Month as well.
It is Pride Month as well, guys. So happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride.
And so they had all this like stuff on their boat, and then they had this like other like speedboat that started like circling them and stuff, and was like trying to like if boats go past you really fast and like turn around and stuff, they turn up the water and make it like more like bumpy,
making
and everything.
It dangerous.
Yeah, and it's just like uncomfortable, right? And as they were doing it, they were like giving this boat the finger and like just being like really disrespectful. And then the funny thing is, as this was going on, the boat went by for the last time, giving them the finger. One of the guys was like started filming on his phone.
Yeah.
Because he was like more worried, like, is this going to escalate into something else? Like, should I capture this?
Yeah.
Just in case something happens. And as he was doing this boat goes and it's like leaving now, this like kind of aggressive boat or whatever. As it's leaving, I guess, I don't know what happened, but like something malfunctioned in the engine, and like literally the boat like just went up in flames. And
my God.
Everyone on this boat had to like jump off and be rescued.
They all survived, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, apparently it's like moments later, the boat burst into flames, forcing its passengers to jump into the lake and leaving the victims to become rescuers.
So they helped them.
Yeah. So then the people that had the pride boat and stuff helped them.
Right. Even though they were shouting gay slurs.
Yeah.
See, guys, be nice to people.
Exactly. This is the thing. It's like just, I don't
understand. Like, I just don't get it. Like, who like, even if you weren't, even if you were like anti-gay, like, which doesn't make sense to begin with, but like, why go out of your way to be such a bully?
Exactly. It makes no sense. Like, I struggle with this a little bit, obviously, as being part of that community. But like, if somebody, I guess, has a problem with it, like that's kind of, I guess, their own issue that they need to deal with. But at the same time, like I respect people's opinions if they're feeling uncomfortable or whatever else. But at the same time, like you keep that to yourself. You don't need to like project that onto someone else.
Maybe it went into flames because they were like going really fast. And
probably.
Like, fucking karma, dude.
I know, it was so funny because even this TikTok video that like captured some of it, they were like, yeah, it was karma. They were like,
oh my God,
karma could not have come at a better time.
And then like, the gay people are the ones that rescued them.
Yeah, that helped.
I wonder how they felt after that.
Yeah, but this is the thing; it's so crazy. I'm hoping, but I'm optimistic. That's just my nature. I'm hoping that this event maybe changed those people's minds about hopefully. LGBT people.
Maybe.
But who knows? It probably didn't.
Maybe it did, because maybe before they were like, oh, they're just, I don't know, a bunch of whatever.
Yeah.
And then now they're like, oh, they're actually people that are like nice.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you didn't know that before?
Exactly.
Anyways.
Like, could you not be any more like small-minded?
Yeah, seriously.
It actually reminds me, this kind of, well, if their minds did get changed, guys, it reminds me of a really intense but a really good movie called American History X.
Oh.
Have you seen it?
No. Is that about LGBT?
No. It's about this, like, these two brothers who are like part of like a Nazi group.
Oh.
Like, and this is in modern day, like nowadays. They're part of this like skinhead gang that are all like Nazis and everything.
Okay.
And the one brother, I'm not going to give away too much in case you guys do watch it. First of all, there's some really graphic scenes, so just like brace yourself.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't think it is.
Okay.
But moral of the story, one of the brothers, the older brother, ends up going to prison because of all this stuff that he's
For being a Nazi?
Yeah,
Okay.
for all the stuff he's
Yeah.
involved with. So he goes to prison and he basically befriends. He ends up having to work with this guy, the person of color. And you know, like Nazis are like very like,
Yeah,
you know,
that's like that's their shtick.
Exactly.
Being
and
against people of color.
Exactly. And this guy was like the cutest man. He was so funny and so bubbly and really like they actually formed a friendship.
Right.
And then when he got out, he realized how stupid he had been. Like, you know what I mean?
Aww.
And the sad part is, okay, I'm not going to tell.
Okay, don't tell me.
That's it.
I want to watch
all I'm
it
going to
now.
tell you.
That sounds like a good movie.
It is, but it's, oh God, it's so intense.
Did you cry?
Of course. Like if you don't cry at that last,
am I not human?
You are not human.
God damn.
So anyway, I just think sometimes, you know, maybe this incident changed people's minds.
Maybe.
Like, I like those kind of stories, but
Yeah.
I feel like it takes a lot.
Yeah.
I actually had speaking of this kind of stuff, I actually had an incident. I've been pretty fortunate in my life. Like I haven't had too much like hate directed towards me. But I remember not saying any names, but there was a guy that I was in one of my economics classes. And we were part of like a group and we would like study together. I wasn't his friend. Like we were never friends. But we all worked together and we like helped each other like studying and stuff, right? Sure. And obviously it's, you know, pretty obvious that I'm a gay. I'm a homosexual man. So it's not a surprise, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, everything seemed fine. Like he was treating me with respect and whatever else. And I remember there was like a Halloween party that I was going to, and I had dressed up as a police officer.
A sexy police officer.
A sexy police officer.
As you do.
Yeah. Handcuffs, everything, the whole 9 yards. I mean, I look like a goddamn stripper, okay?
Was this the night that you blacked out?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's for a different podcast.
Yeah. And me and my friends got tickets to this like local pub Halloween thing. And so we get there and like we're lining up and we're about to get in and stuff. And he's out there in like the smoking area with his friends and everything. And then just starts like yelling at me. He's like, "Officer queer. Hey, officer queer." And I was just like, what the fuck?
Was he trying to be funny?
No, like he was like,
he was being
mean.
He
was being a dick. Yeah.
And you guys were in the same like.
Yeah. I like helped him study in that fucking class.
Shut up.
Yeah.
He was trying to be cool in front of his buddies.
I think so, yeah. I don't know why. He was just
my
like,
God.
It was so obnoxious. And I was just thinking the whole time, I was like, fuck you.
That is so annoying.
I know. And especially because like I actually like helped him study because like, you know, I did well in economics.
Dick. Yeah, of course.
I got an A.
Oh, he's just like trying to be like a macho man or something. Ugh.
I think. I don't know.
Ugh. Toxic masculinity,
exactly.
Daniel.
I just know that me and my friends, we left and we went somewhere else.
I'm good. Yeah. Fuck those people.
But I was just like shocked because like I've been quite fortunate. I've been lucky.
That's like so much worse though than like some random person. It's like somebody that you know.
Exactly. And the worst part is the thing that really irks me is like I actually helped him with stuff.
Yeah. You helped him. You were nice to him.
Exactly. Because like, you know what I was like in university. I was like always like helping people study and like, you know, doing like whatever.
God,
and
he's such a fucking dick. I hope he feels bad for what he did.
I just like, people just irritate me, you know?
Yes.
I feel like
next story.
Our last story.
Oh, goddamn.
Of the podcast.
Goddamn. It'd be all about working from home.
Yes.
And employees. So apparently the title of this article is Employees Are Quitting Instead of Giving Up Working from Home. So the drive to get people back into offices is clashing with workers who've embraced remote work as the new normal.
Yes.
How do you feel about this, Daniel?
I don't know. I'm like on the fence.
You're like the only person
that
that's
wants
like,
to go back to the office.
That wants to go back to the office.
Like I think okay. Obviously there's pros and cons. What I think, okay, in my perfect vision or my world of what I think could happen is I think a lot of people have started working from home and they have seen the benefits, right? Like especially those people that have like really long commutes, everything else. Like there's huge benefits to working from home. But I also think on the flip side, and yes, the good thing about this pandemic is it's proven that we are able to get a lot done at home.
So many jobs, for sure.
Exactly. So you don't necessarily have to be in the office. However, I do think there's something to be said about being in the office a couple days a week. So I think, you know, to like build rapport in the team, because like a lot of stuff that you work on is like project work and stuff for any company.
Yeah.
And you have to like have a good like, you know, team morale and stuff. And yeah, I think a hybrid model would be best.
I think so. I do agree with that.
And I do think like, and you know, not to like throw shade to these employees. I mean, I think in the employees' defense, they've proven themselves and been like, look, we can get our job done working from our house.
For sure.
Why do I need to come in the office?
For sure. If you can do the job at home, which I think a lot of people can, and they've realized this, there's no point of, you know, going back to the office. But I do think you're right. Like a hybrid model might be the best.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I think there is probably some sort of mental health issue with people working from home every single day and not seeing people.
There is.
So without people even realizing, they're probably potentially developing some issues.
Yeah.
So I do think it's good to I don't know what's wrong with having people in maybe even 3 days a week and the 2 days at home.
Exactly. And I can attest to this just from my own personal experience of onboarding, working for a company and completely working from home. But I'm also really social. So I miss, and I also think that there's something to be said, and this goes in line with mental health as well, is for example, my setup, my office is just right over there. So even when I'm chilling, watching TV, it's my work is there. Do you know what I mean? I never get away from it.
Yeah.
And I think,
welcome to my life.
Yeah. Damn. And your work be following you, be a social media sensation. So I think there's something to be said about having that mental break of going to the office and then I do miss I would go to the office, I would finish my stuff, and then sometimes I'd leave my phone at the office as well. So nobody can contact me. I was done, my day was done, and I was coming back the next day.
What's that like?
I know. Well, you ain't never going to experience that, are you?
I will.
God
I
damn.
will.
And I guess some of the arguments as well, for the employees returning back to the office is the working from home was for a period of time to deal with this pandemic. Right. And, if you're hired to do a certain job and the expectation is that you're at the office, not saying that that's right or wrong, but if it's in your contract, it's your place of work, everything else, then, I mean,
I get it. If the worker, if the workplace is it's either you work from the office or we can't have you because of or whatever.
XYZ reasons,
I mean, that's kind of stupid. If the work, again, if the work is getting done, and if there's no decrease in productivity or whatever, which I don't know if they're measuring that, then I don't see why, if people want to work from home, you should be able to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough one because I do kind of get the workplaces as well, their perspective a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
This is why I think, honestly, one of the things I really love about this is about everything that's happened and stuff is that it has proven that we can work from home just as effectively. Yeah. So I think that the way forward in my mind is a hybrid model, because I think, because then those families that are worried about commuting all the time, things like that, they can, or even a hybrid model the other way where maybe they work from home quite often, but then they do come into the office maybe once a week or twice a week.
I think it's fine. I don't understand. I just remember when I worked in an office and I'm just so many times I'm I get my work done pretty quickly. Yeah. And then I'm just sitting here. I'm sitting here just for the sake of sitting here because I can't leave because I have to fill my fucking 8 hours or whatever. Yeah. So that's another dumb thing about, just the current state of office work in general. Yeah. This expectation that you just stay for no reason at all.
You have to stay. And then also there's that kind of, in some countries and in some cultures, the expectation you are supposed to leave when your boss leaves.
Oh my god, so it's fucking stupid. Yeah. I know in Korea it's like that. Apparently you can't leave until your boss leaves because then you're not working so hard. And it's okay, you can only do so much in a day. Your brain is fucking fried. Yeah. There's no way after 8 hours your brain is fucking fried. Exactly. Even if you had more work to do, you're not productive.
They say there's a graph probably of productivity, I would guess. And the longer you're at work, you could still get stuff done, but your productivity is going to get shot. Cause like you said, you can even think about when I used to study for university or whenever I'm working on big projects, your brain can only handle so much at a time. Yeah. And then you kind of need to take a step away, take a break, and you can't sustain that for 12 hours. Yeah.
I know. And they said that, I think they did a study in Sweden or something where it was 6 day or 6 hour work days. And they said productivity went up. Yeah. So people are getting more done in a shorter period of time, which makes sense. There's a productivity principle where it says whatever amount of time you have to do the work, you're going to do the work in that time. Yeah. It's similar, when you're in university, I'm sure everyone can relate to this. Yeah. You have a project due in 2 weeks and you don't get it done until the last minute or whatever. But if you have the same project due in 2 days, you somehow get it done. Yeah. It might be a little bit more challenging, whatever, but you just get it done when you need to get it done. So the more time you have, and I noticed it during this pandemic as well, I'm just I had more time to myself and I was I feel like I'm less productive.
Yeah.
With more time.
Yeah. This is why I think when things do open up, like I was thinking about time management,
sure,
is also the busier you get, the more productive you are.
Yes.
Because like if we know, like for example, for yourself, if you know, okay, tonight I'm going out with some friends.
Exactly.
You're like, hey, I have to get this work done now because I can't do it tonight.
Exactly.
And you start to like do that. And like I remember I used to do that as well. Like if I had plans in the evening, for example, like because I still want to go to the gym, I'd make an effort and I'd actually get up in the morning and go to the gym in the morning, so that I could still go out with my friends in the evening. So
exactly.
It's like it's a balance. And I think that, you know, I think people are playing around with this idea, because remember we talked about like the workday week, you know, they're saying like a 5-day work day week versus a 4-day one. I can't even
Sure.
And how, you know, they have seen productivity for 4-day work weeks increase as well.
Yeah.
So there's like this whole Monday to Friday 9 to 5, I feel like it's like shifting, you know?
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I know some people are going back to work and I don't know. Like, I don't see why if the productivity is the same and people are still doing their job, things are getting done, then there's no reason why you wouldn't just want to make your employees happy.
Yeah.
And then just let them work from home.
Exactly.
And again, you're right. Like maybe coming in once a week even to have like an in-person meeting and just work at the office.
Yeah.
Everything is remote nowadays.
Yeah.
And just fucking do it.
I remember the firm that I worked at in London. There was quite a few people actually that would work, you know, like they were very flexible. Actually, they were a pretty good company. And there were some people that came in Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and was working from home Thursday, Fridays.
Yeah.
And like a lot of different people. And actually on the businesses side, it does mean like if they have a more flexible, obviously there's scheduling and all that kind of stuff that they have to take into consideration, but they can actually save money because they'll need less desks, which is less office space.
See, that's why I don't get why companies are having such a hard time. I think it's partially because the people that own these companies are old, you know, people that are just not, old school mentality and actually old. That, you know, that are just not like, you know, in with the times, right?
Yeah.
So to them, it's like they're probably thinking, it's because they want to manage them. Like they want to micromanage. They want to make sure. And without...
They want to see them at their computer.
Exactly.
Even though, like we your meeting, in 8 hours, you watch somebody on their fucking computer working, you know, because you're the manager. And then versus them being at home, taking a coffee break, doing whatever, the same amount of work gets done.
Exactly. So it's like, why does it matter if the same amount of work is getting done? But again, it's like that old school mindset. And... so I think that's why it's just...
I guess it depends a bit on the job as well. Like it depends.
Of course, there's some jobs where it is going to be harder to do it from home.
Yeah.
So I get it. Again, like I understand certain jobs and certain companies, they do want the people like at the office.
Yeah.
But again, we've been doing this for over a year.
Yeah.
And you know, it's fine. Exactly. You didn't fire these people when they were working from home.
Exactly.
So what's the fucking problem? So it says perks of flexibility.
Yeah.
Not having to okay, so this, I guess people, I don't know what flexibility means. Maybe that means like...
No, the flexible working, like working from home, basically.
Oh, is that what it means?
Yeah.
Flexible working? Okay.
Yeah.
So no commute is 84%. So people think that is the biggest...
saving grace.
Which, I mean, I fucking agree with that.
Yeah.
Not commuting is one of the best things ever.
Yeah, that to be honest, that's why even myself, as someone that loves going into the office, especially if I was still living in London.
You're like the nerd that sits in front of right in front of the teacher, aren't you?
Yeah, no.
You're like, teacher.
I wasn't that bad, okay?
Oh, come on.
But like if I was still living, especially if I was still living in London, like to not have to take the tube.
Oh my God, seriously. Like, the tube was the fucking worst.
Yeah, in the morning rush, it was just crazy. And even now in Calgary.
It was hot. It was small. It was so crowded. Like, it is a COVID fucking petri dish.
It is, yep.
It was disgusting. And it was so stressful. And nobody looks happy on the fucking tube in the morning. Let me just tell you.
It was not a fun time. That commute was definitely not nice. So I can see why people would want to save time and money not doing that all the time.
Yeah, and like certain places like LA, if they're driving, it's going to be a fucking, you know... It's going to be annoying with traffic. So the second perk is cost savings.
Yeah. So apparently, a third of the respondents that I guess took this survey as to the benefits of working from home during this time said that they've saved at least $5,000 in the year by working remotely.
But how?
So I'm guessing, and this is just, you know, guys, I'm just throwing ideas out here. Commuting, first of all.
Yeah. Like bus fees or car, gas.
Exactly. Yeah. And some of those, if you're driving and parking, that can be really expensive.
Right.
So there's that. I think also one of the biggest cost savings is food. Because when you go into the office, quite often like people will be buying coffee every day.
True.
You know, buying breakfast, buying lunch, whereas they just eat from home now.
I mean, honestly, you could just... this could be a reason to pay somebody less. You know, like you could be like, you're going to save so much money.
Yeah.
So this could be a cost saving for the company too.
Exactly. Not only do the cost saving.
Not that they should pay people less, but still.
But also they won't have to get as much office space, right?
Exactly.
So, like, and that's huge. Like leases are expensive.
So instead of like paying for the office space, you might as well pay somebody a good salary, and then they'll be happy to work for you.
Exactly.
And also some people actually said that they would take a pay cut to just work from home because again, you're going to save money in other ways.
Well, and another thing, some other points on here, guys. Well, COVID exposure, obviously that's one. But also one of the
you read the second last one.
Childcare? No, being away from family or pets.
That's a benefit apparently. Isn't that a benefit?
Yeah. So
yeah, top benefit.
Yeah. So I guess getting to spend more time with family.
No, 26%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So they don't want to go back because they'll be away.
Yes, exactly.
Is that what it means? Yeah. Okay. Again, this article's kind of weird.
It's poorly written. Bloomberg. This is like not.
Anyways,
you're a legit site. I don't know what's going on with your wording here on this particular article. But yeah, like being away from, because obviously
family or pets.
Exactly. If you're not commuting, like let's say because some people commute like an hour and a half every day, like
I know, right?
Or more.
It's crazy.
So like some people an hour and a half there, hour and a half back. That's 3 hours a day. So you cut that out. Work, and then you have 3 hours back with your family, and that's time
not okay.
That time is priceless to get that time back. And another one is childcare responsibility. So I guess, and that's probably where that 5,000 comes in as well.
Very true, because you're paying for childcare. Exactly. I didn't think about that's definitely a huge
and
cost.
Childcare is so expensive.
Like
ridiculous. It's legitimately like this is part of the reason I'm not having kids. I've decided I'm becoming barren. You
become barren.
Your
eggs dried up.
Yep.
Goddamn, Daniel, you didn't tell me this.
That's what happens when you hit 33, Rose. You got how many more months left?
Oh my gosh, I get pregnant tomorrow.
Yes.
I got it. No, I'm just kidding. This is very interesting. I am curious to see what's going to happen in the next few years, even in terms of having these types of flexible working
conditions.
I'm torn. Again, I'm torn because if everyone starts working from home, the isolation thing, I don't like. I don't like the idea. Yeah. So the one good thing about going into an office is that you are interacting with other humans.
Exactly. It's like a social
Exactly.
element. Yeah.
So it increases your mental well-being, again, in that way.
Yeah.
But it can also increase stress because you're commuting, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But I do think the isolation thing is a big problem.
I think it's huge.
Yeah.
Right? Like it is. Yeah. Like I just know from my own experience. And like another thing too, especially again, depending on your role and your job, like part of the perks of being in the office, which I remember is like, God, it's so many years ago. But like also just like collaborative working as well. So like quite often you'll be on a team and like let's say you're facing a problem, you can like snowball ideas off really easily and openly in the office, especially the open plan offices, which are my favorite.
Yeah.
Versus like now we can still kind of do that to some degree. Like we have some group chats and things like that, but like I have to like physically call people.
Sure.
And it becomes more formal and it's less like off the fly where I'm like having an issue and maybe you've had the same issue and you're like, oh, this is how I did it.
Right.
So I think there's like that benefit as well. But I think, flexible workspace will be the way to go. And like having that kind of flexibility will be good. Not necessarily that great for Calgary because at the moment, I mean, there's like other stuff that needs to happen, but like at the moment,
our city.
Yeah, our city, just because already we have huge commercial real estate vacancies.
Yes.
So
do you know the percentage?
I think it was like I off the top
20
of my
something.
Head, yeah, it's like 26.
Ooh, that's high.
Like 25 or 26. So literally right now in downtown Calgary, of course this is like staggered throughout the buildings. I don't think there's like one building that's just completely empty.
Of course.
But there might be. But they were saying like literally if we just kind of lumped it all together, it's like 1 out of every 4 buildings in Calgary downtown has no tenants.
Like office spaces. Yeah. Which is pretty bad. But that's post-COVID, I imagine. Or is it not?
I think it was like during the oil crisis as well. I think it's been growing for a while. Right. And then with companies doing like if they start doing flexible work and they need less office space, but then this comes down to city planning and they're gonna have to come up with different ideas of what to use that space for. Yeah.
Who knows?
God damn. It'd be an interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Yeah. I always like to we'll see.
Yeah. Like for people that work from like I think you should have the option potentially. But I do think. You should have the option to work from home a few times a week and then maybe come in maybe once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you want to come in all 5 days,
go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I'm not a CEO of a multinational corporation.
Well, you kind of are.
I'm a CEO.
You is a boss lady.
I is a boss.
What's that song? You
I'm
a
a
boss.
bitch. I'm a boss. I'm a bitch. Da, 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 da.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Rose.
And that is how we will end today's show, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Did we extend our time today?
What do you mean?
Was it a long show?
No, it's like normal. It's like an hour.
And something? Anyways.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check. Oh, we didn't do our Patreon shout outs.
Oh my God.
Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Guys,
Okay.
we're doing our Patreon shout outs because we love our patrons and we're going to shout out some of you guys at this very moment. All right, guys. So we are going to shout out Philip S.
Yeah. Zobel. We're going to butcher these names.
Zobel. I don't know. Zoe Belly.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Zoe Belly.
Holly.
Bart.
Catherine. Ooh, Catherine. I know you, Catherine.
Yeah. Ash. Oh, I know Holly.
Catherine Klein is she's also a vegan YouTuber.
Ah.
She's awesome.
I know Holly as well. We went to high school together.
Ooh, very nice.
Very cool.
Okay.
Ash.
Liz.
And
Keelandi. Sorry, guys. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
so
yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys want your name shouted out on our show.
Yeah. What do they do? What do they do, Rose?
I had a brain fart situation.
I can see that.
Go on patreon.com/the SaVeg podcast. The link is down below. You get a bonus episode every single month and each episode a week earlier than everybody else and ad-free content. Okay.
It's all ad free. So, I know like obviously on the YouTube videos and stuff, there's ads, but obviously if you go through on the Patreon, that's going to be all ad free content for you guys. And there's just like like a fun little engaging community in there. So go head on over and check it out.
Yeah, it's a fun time. And then let us know what you want to hear for the June exclusive. We've got a whole archive of exclusives for you to listen to. Anyway, guys, where else should they follow us, Daniel?
So if you're not already, check out our Instagram at the SaVeg Podcast.
Yeah.
If you're watching these videos on YouTube, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you're not following us already.
Yeah.
Leave some comments, show us some love in the comment section. Also, if you are listening to this on your favorite podcast device or podcast platform, if you will, a lot of them have the option to follow the podcast so you'll get updated every time there's new episodes and new content. So head on over there and follow us on your favorite podcast platform.
Make us big, guys. Make us go viral.
We be growing.
God
damn.
Anyway.
Slow and steady.
Thank you so much, you guys, for listening. As always, it was a great time chatting with you.
It was so fun.
Say happy birthday to Daniel if you can in the comments.
Yeah.
Even though it would have been a week.
Yeah.
See, if you are on a Patreon, you could say it on a time
day or two after,
just saying.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.